on, guys? Okay, so today we're gonna do something a little different on our channel than our normal topic. We are going to a painter buddy of mine who does high-end houses, and he's gonna put structure seal to the test. We already did some tests today. We'll probably add those to this video, but we're gonna go. He's gonna shoot our product. We're gonna let it cure because you know we have our cure time and then we have our dry to touch time. And on our Rico time is about an hour and 20 minutes, and to the touch in about 30 to 45 minutes. But he's gonna put it through the test for us. I've already done some with the boracic acid, but he's gonna do a more practical test with the lacquer and stuff like that for the high-end cabinets that he does. So we'll see how this works out. StructureSeal.co. Hope you like it. Like and subscribe. Hit the notification button. We'll see what this stuff does. See if it's a good product for you. It's a real-time test. No sneaky stuff. No editing. We want to see if it works with you at the same time. So enjoy. Hope you like it.
My name is Brandon. I just met this gentleman the other day. He asked me to test his product. I don't know this gentleman. I'm a painter, so I'm going to put his product to the test. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put retarder on it. So this is a latex-based product. It is a stain blocking primer, structure seal. Latex and lacquers do not mix, as everybody knows. So we're going to test it to see what happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some retarder on here. I'm going to let it sit. Then we're going to see what happens. Because the reaction is not instant. So there it is on it. Let's smear it around a little bit. Bam. So we'll let that sit. I'm going to go to another section down here. And on this end right here, from there over, I've actually shot a clear lacquer. And latex does not stick to lacquer. So we're going to test it to see if it sticks to lacquer. If it sticks to lacquer, then it's actually a bonding primer. Also, the board that I picked up was actually a very moldy board. So therefore, it will also see if it's stain blocker. So what we're going to do is we're going to tape off a little section here. We go like this, because I don't want to get on my lacquer-based product. We're going to do one more over here. And I also want to shoot oil-based product on it to see what it does. So this is going to be the oil-based test. So what we're going to do, there's our oil base. So basically this is just rattle can oil-based product. And I want to see if it sticks to it. For a painter, you figure I could do better than that, but oh well. So we're going to get rid of this. So now I'm going to do one more. This time, I'm going to do a paint thinner test. Because actually paint thinner actually has to be chemically hotter than the oil-based paint, or otherwise it won't dissolve it. It's just the same thing with lacquer thinners. So we're going to do one more. We're going to come here, go here. Pinch off another little section. So this is going to be the shellac test. Because shellac is almost an acetone-based product. So acetone is totally different than oil or lacquer. I would give you a whole spiel of where the shellac comes from, but nobody wants to hear that. Actually comes from a beetle from Japan. Anyway. Sorry, it's useful for me. So there is 3 tests. You see the difference. We got retarder, we got shellac, we got oil, and we got lacquer on the end. So we're gonna give that about 15 minutes to sit, and then we will go from there.
I like it.
Cut. Visiting the test, the results of what we've done so far. The shellac test, 100% pass. 100% pass. Look, nothing comes off. So, shellac, pass. The oil-based test takes 18 hours for it to dry. Look, you can still see a fingerprint. I will give you results tomorrow on that. This is the clear lacquer test. As you can see, it did not pass. So it will scratch right off if you put it right on the lacquer. This test on this end was the retarder test. Look, I would almost call that a pass. So let me explain. So this is the retarder. The retarder is probably 5 times hotter than the actual lacquer because that's what it takes to cut the lacquer. So chemically hot. This is super hot chemically. So for it to stand up, you guys seen me earlier, I dumped it straight on there, and look, nothing comes off. A little bit of wear, but for the most part, for that being poured on a latex-based product, I would call that a win. I expected it to bubble up and actually wipe right off. So I'm actually going to call that a win. So we're going to call that a pass. So my next test is going to be, this is lacquer undercoater. Lacquer undercoater. You can see the product right there. So this is lacquer primer that you put on stuff. And we're going to, I wish you could smell that, but you can't. So you can tell it's a little bit clean cut. I'm going to pour some on there. Come on, baby. You can tell I'm a painter because I don't care. I'm going to smear that around. Man, I wish I could smell that. That is potent stuff. Anyway, so this is lacquer primer.
So what are we looking for on this?
We're looking to see if it bubbles up, crinkles up, or has any reaction at all. So I know it's white on white, but most of the time whenever this happens, you literally see the latex product underneath it wrinkle. It almost looks like sand on a beach. When the waves come in, it'll just wrinkle it up. So we're gonna give that a few minutes. Actually, by the time we do this other test, that actually should be dry because lacquer dries. Look, it's already drying. But
Sorry.
look, I know it's white on white, but it don't, see? But this lacquer undercoater is not as chemically hot as the retarder. Because the retarder is actually what cuts the lacquer.
So is that peeling now, or is it just thick from the
No,
drying?
it's just thick for me. And then that little skid marks right there is just from it surface drying and me rubbing my finger over it. So I'm
Okay.
going to let that sit for a minute.
Okay.
So the next test we're going to do is the shellac paste. The next test we're going to do is I'm going to put latex, which it should be corresponding with all latex-based products. But this test is going to see if it's mildew or stain resistant. So this is right here, just eggshell wall paint. That's all it is. Basic eggshell latex paint. But this board looked like this when I started. So I want to see if any of these dots, any of those dots come through for the stain blocking properties of this paint. Excuse me. So I'm going to take some just basic latex wall paint and we're just going to brush it on there, and hopefully the mold that was on this board when we started does not bleed through. You can see, so there's my shellac, there's my lacquer, this is latex on top of some moldy wood. So if this don't bleed back through, then this is definitely a stain blocking primer, and it is a mold resistant product, because if you can put this product, prime it, and your previous wood looked like that all moldy, and you can put a latex product back on it and it don't bleed back through, then that is a good product. Alright guys, I'm back. So this is the retarder. Earlier you can see where we barely rubbed it, and it did go down a little bit of wood, but we let it dry. But look, it rebonded. It rebonded to the wood. And I don't even call that, those are high points in the wood. Look, it's stuck, man. So after the retarder dried, this product held up, which I was skeptical. So this is my undercoater test, which I smeared around with my finger. That's why it looks all ugly. But look, and that's me just knocking the high points off the lacquer. Look, but it's still bonded over here where it's thin. See, I'm just knocking the high point. If you could feel that, you'd see where I rubbed with my finger. But for the most part, I'm going to call that a 50% pass. And here's where I put the latex over it. And that's just over the wood. And look, no bleeding of the moldy stuff from the wood. Nothing bled through. You can't even tell. And that's only one coat of color. Of that color right there. So that's only one coat. And of course the shellac, it held up. I told you I was going to do a test on it. That's just color coming off of that, you know. So this is one we haven't done yet. The oil base I will touch tomorrow, because look, I can still leave a fingerprint in it. Oil base takes a long time to dry. And of course we're back to here where that was a horrible fail. that was a fail. But look, this is kind of moist too. Yeah, it's not 100% dry because I put it on so thick. No, most of the time when you put lacquer on, it's not that thick. But look, and that's my lacquer undercoater. Look, barely rubbed through there. Yeah. Okay, so if you come down here, look.
Don't even have to put that much pressure on it.
No. But if you look, feel how slick that was.
Oh yeah, it's like glass.
Yeah, so that was sand and sealer and sanded and a coat of lacquer. And that was on a junk piece of wood.
Wow, that's some good stuff.
Alright. Hey, it's Allison with Structure Seal. Just a little recap after watching paint dry. We're going to see how we did and just recap how we did. We did awesome, really, I think. 4 out of 5 passing, flying colors. We got the lacquer retarder test, which is the super hot chemically material, and it passed, it rebonded, it did great. And then we had the lacquer primer, which was also warm, hot chemically, and it did really well. Passed the moldy latex paint test, covered that up, so cover stains. Professional painter, gave it gold star. Passed the shellac test, did great, but failed the polished lacquer. Can't win them all, but we're gonna win some more other things. We've got other things planned in the future, so like and subscribe, check out, purchase, try out the Structure Seal. It's good stuff. StructureSeal.co. Thanks guys.